Hello, I'm Murray Newlands. Welcome to another episode of Performance Marketing Insider TV. Today I'm here in LA talking with Ted, who is the CEO and founder of EngageBDR. Ted, what are your predictions for the exchanges in 2013? And who do you see really succeeding? And who is going to dominate the field and why?
Well, if we survive December 21st, so I think that what's going to happen, well, it's interesting because Frank is having Rubicon, they might be going public soon. There's some rumor about that. I don't know if that's happening or not, but if they do, that's great. That's awesome. I also feel that other really creative companies like Radium One, Buddy Grabash owns a great company. They're doing some really awesome stuff with Facebook Exchange. That's going to grow. It's going to do really well in 2013 for sure. We're working with them as well. And then, you know, as far as the other SSPs out there, you have AdMeld, Pubmatic. There's also Yield Build and a couple others. They're doing really well also. So it's interesting. There's nobody we can say is going to disappear. They're all doing really well. You know, and so I could talk a little bit about how they do what they do. Traditionally, they're called yield optimizers.
Right.
Not many people know that, but supply side platforms are yield optimizers. They sit as a layer in between the publisher and third-party demand partners like ad networks, etc. And they try to optimize or quantify the yield, right? So various forms of currency that they're buying on. Usually, it's anywhere from a rev share to CPM to CPC, whatever it is, CPA, et cetera. So you have to back it into an effective CPM, and they kind of do it in real time potentially. But they're not providing real-time bidding for all the inventory that exists on the publisher's inventory, right? So they don't have access to everything. They just basically get a tag from the they just give the publisher a tag, and they get a passback tag from the publisher. And so if you can imagine what this looks like from the client's perspective, or from the user's perspective, client side, you're loading a page in a browser where you have, you know, maybe potentially 10 plus tags loading, you know, slowing down. There's JavaScript, there's iframes, all this stuff happening for a single ad. Your user experience is compromised, right? So how are people tackling this, right? So it's not really happening today, and there's not really a solution. So we're going after the standard for this, where we are building a solution which the publisher will API into the ad server. There won't be any client-side calls, and we're API'd with all the demand-side partners in the back, so everything's happening server-side. There is no latency from the on the client perspective. There's just one API call to the ad server from the site. So that's going to be interesting for us as well, and that could potentially spawn some competition for these guys, because, you know, we're going to be plugging into all the demand-side platforms that exist, and there might not be a layer for yield optimization potentially. But these guys have created an amazing business, and I give them a lot of props. And you know, it's you know, Google bought AdMeld. That was an amazing transaction. Pubmatic just raised 40 or 50 million bucks. That was really great. Rubicon might go public as well, and then Yield Build's doing well too. So we'll see what happens, but there's definitely going to be some introduction of competition this year.
So with the prospect of Frank going public, and you're looking to compete in that space, does that mean we could see an EngageBDR public offering?
Well, we're not considering that. We're doing well. We're making tons of cash, and we're leveraging it to grow. So we're not at that place yet where we're considering going public, but it's very possible. The growth is exponential. We basically put the company together in 2009. We're about 65 people now. Should be closer to 100 by Q2. And so yeah, we're doing really well and just growing from there.
And is it major brands coming in? I mean, I know that you're traditionally you've grown up with the direct response route, and you're moving more into working with brands. Is it those brands that are bring bigger and bigger budgets? Is that where do you see the growth?
From our perspective, you know, lots of when we talk about performance and direct response and lead gen and brand, right? So it just all kind of meshes eventually because everyone has a performance ROI, right? It's a goal.
Right.
So even the brands are coming to us with DR metrics, you know. So it's like, hey, what are you doing? Your branded DR at that point, right? So it kind of fits in, and it's our DNA. Our DNA is performance. So
Yeah.
you know, we know that really well. Going back to the Lower My Bills days where I came from, you know, we did that. You know, we figured out display, how to do lead gen really well, and became the biggest advertiser online for 5 years. And we're leveraging those concepts today, whether it's for, you know, branded campaigns or you know, direct response or even branded direct response. So
Excellent. If people want to work with you, how do they connect with you?
they can email me, ted@engagebdr.com.
Ted, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
I'm Murray Newlands. You're watching Performance Marketing Insider TV. I'll see you next time.